Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, look at that. Oh, hi. Hello, Mark. How are you? We're good. Hello. Welcome. Joygasm. Thank you for the host.
No worries.
You are a good sort. A good sort indeed.
You're the best sort.
Opening, sorry.
I am...
You're licorice all sorts.
I'm licorice all sorts.
Licorice?
No, he's a turkey.
Oh,
Stop it, you.
Why would you say that to him?
Exactly.
depends who you ask. It could be a positive or negative.
Cruel person. How dare you? Anyway, as you can tell by the shirt, I am Dragons and Cats. Hello, everybody. No, thank you.
Oh my god. I
Holy
feel
crap.
Oh my
22
god,
months.
22.
Oh my god. Almost
Oh my
Keeping
god.
us afloat. Seriously. Like,
all our sponsor.
Yeah, we need
our lifeblood.
Come here.
And thank you so much. Truly.
Oh my god, double down.
Yeah, double down on that.
Bloody
Yeah.
being
Oh, shit.
dirty. Can we make
yeah,
it
like,
bloody
get it all happening. Get it out of the way. Crap, I better resub
Yeah,
as well as
man.
myself.
I can't. Already did mine last week.
Yeah, we did that last week.
Shit. Okay, so, fam, welcome to Dragons Brew D&D. I am your host, Dragons and Cats, and also your DM. And I'll be running my friends through a wonderful game of Dungeons and Dragons, known to us as Dragons Brew D&D, which is loosely based off the Rise of Tiamat and Tyranny of Dragons campaign setting. So, without further ado, let's go do a little bit of round, one by one, and do a little bit of what we remember from last session, starting off with Joygasm.
Hello, hello. I'm Joygasm, and I play a Tabaxi Road called Sandstorm Desert Legend. Last session, Sandstorm put together... did I put together a group?
You did.
I was talking about putting together a group.
You're talking about putting together a group, you're talking about
Not a group. A team.
a team.
As a team,
Exactly.
the name of G-Force. I actually didn't give the backstory of where that came from. There's actually a meaning behind this. So G-Force obviously is a cool sounding name and that, but there's actually meaning behind it. And it is actually to give respects to the late Gobbles Force.
The Gobble Force.
So how many G-Force is it?
Oh, it's about... How many Griffins is there? There's...
6 in total, to be honest.
So it could be a lot. It
pretty
could be a
high.
lot of things, right? It could be G-force, like the actual what do you call it? The metric.
How many gravitational forces?
It could be Griffin force and also Gobble's force. So it's a bit of a triple meaning.
My gosh.
And we're gonna get outfits made and fly into battle together.
I mean, why not? Truly. Meanwhile, let's go to Casimir and find out what happened last week as well.
Ooh. So I'm Luke playing Casimir, the Tiefling Wizard. Last session, we wrapped up in Waterdeep. Sandstorm got his new partner in crime, Griffin. What was his name?
Nightcrest.
Nightcrest, yeah. Thanks.
Night Terror.
That's
He's there on the
Sandstorm.
map. Oh shit, there's the other Griffin too. Nice.
And then came back to Riverguard to start preparing for a rescue mission up to
Secumba.
Secomba. So I was thinking Luskin, but that's the next town.
That's where the Arcane Brotherhood is.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And we need to rescue the Dwarven residents who are being held hostage there by the Iron Circle. So
Right.
that's where we're at.
We'll then go to Macath.
Hello. Hi, I'm Viridian Knight. I am playing Macath, the Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer. She's having a swell time. She's having a fun time. Everything is going really well, and the person she's in love with totally didn't try to kill her.
Not at all.
Totally.
Nope.
Not at all. Nothing like that ever happens in this campaign. But yes, and we had a tiny bit of Macath backstory revealed and a bit about her relationship with the Arcane Brotherhood, which is not a good one. Let's see how it goes.
And finally, we'll move to Belvin before seeing what Ikram got up to over his time. Belvin.
Brad playing Belvin, Dragonborn Paladin. Last session, Belvin's mind got controlled and tried to kill everybody.
Damn Skippy you did.
But he was restrained and disarmed, so he didn't kill anybody, which was
Fortunately.
yes.
So, we will dive back into tonight's game, picking up from where we left off directly last week. At the keep.
Oh, hey, Ikram.
Ikram, you are not there, so we'll get to you in just a minute.
That's alright.
Oh, your camera's frozen.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything.
So you're just really good at things.
We'd never noticed.
I've just zoned out. I'm really good at miming with my mouth shut. Miming? Not miming.
Ventriloquism?
Puppeteering. That's the one.
That's the one. You just got very I just thought you were upset with me, to be honest.
Puppeteering. Just shove your hand up your own ass.
So, picking directly off where we left. Wow, that was a sentence.
Am I good to turn off and on my camera? Or...
We'll see what happens to the cameras on stream, so turn it off.
Just two people are going to get switched around, I think.
Okay, Brad, turn your camera off. There we go. Turn it back on, please.
Don't turn it on. No.
Thank you so much. So, picking right up where we left it, Sandstorm had just thrown the great sword known as now known as Black Razor. This long razor. I'm just gonna show a photo to the stream just so they know what it's looking like. This sword is dark as night, with a wicked edge of dragonbone at its core. Its long serrated, its long-edged blade glimmers in light and yearns for blood. As Belvin was taken control of, his emerald eyes shone brightly. With the sword taken away from him and he succeeding on a successful save, the sword was ripped away and the presence that took over Belvin was once again subdued beneath the waters. Nycrest came and took the sword and flown on out. Belvin, you find yourself in chains. In the chain surrounded and entangled in the chain gauntlet of Sandstorm. Aranis, George, and Nicol also have ropes and chains wrapped and thrown around you, whereas Casimir stands from behind and McCaff is in front of you.
No, she isn't. She's out.
McCaff gets out and leaves. Yeah?
Yep.
Cool. I don't think Brad's listening.
No.
No. Fair enough.
Oh, no, I heard.
Okay.
McCaff left.
So, you regain control of your muscles again, though you are bound. What would you like to do? You can see that Belvin's no longer struggling anymore, Sandstorm.
And he'll just kind of lift his head up and... What happened?
We're holding him down. We're still holding him down, right? Okay.
Yeah, you still enchained him.
Almost like, what's the code word, brother? Should we have that?
Is it brother?
Yes. His issues. Yeah. He fucks off.
Technical difficulties.
All right, that is a Belvin thing to do.
All right, so the sword then appears again in the hands of Belvin, and
Sorry.
Nah, it's all good. Mate, you turned into a rage and tried to kill us all. And you summoned a black razor sword.
We don't know what's called that.
He told Black. Look, I put two tears together.
It's
Has he told us about that?
Nope.
I don't think he had.
Like the whole his armor and stuff.
No, this sword.
just this new sword. He hasn't.
About.
He's
Yeah,
kept
I
that
just
as
like it matched your armor, so I just thought like it was like a. I'll just say it's like a. I'm not saying it is. That's just my assumption.
fair enough.
in the meta.
He is fucking a helmet, an armor, all these other things. It's like fucking.
I didn't have that sword on me.
What do you mean? I get bloody fucking night crest.
He's flying around.
I'm like, come here, mate. I get Nightcrest to come over with a sword. This sword, and I point. And do I point at the sword?
As Nightcrest land in the talons is the great sword with its razor-like edges, sharp, and deadly. You can see that the griffin is delicately holding onto it as if not to slash itself on the blade. It is a long weapon.
Oh shit! So it's still there.
Yeah, it's still in his hand.
Okay, yeah, that sword.
It's still in the griffin's claws.
I was just thought it might disappear or something. Yeah, okay.
Belvin, though, upon seeing it again, you can make a Charisma saving throw.
Seeing it.
Oh,
That's all it takes.
15.
Oh my god, you got a one.
On a natural 1.
Oh no! What does that mean? What does that mean?
Shouldn't mean anything. It's a saving throw. So
yeah. I mean, probably means he fails.
still
Probably
low.
means he fails. Let me just. Alright, I need to just do it.
Because he failed on a 26 before.
Who was in the room at the time? Just appeared.
Yeah, we're just sitting down having dinner.
He just had it, and he's just.
No, he didn't even have it, I don't think.
I never
The
had.
cat
cat
would
was
be
the one
the
that's there.
only one who knows.
But did
What
Mikaf
really
leave
happened?
the room?
You
We had to
feel.
interrogate
Did Mikaf leave the room?
McCap did
Was she
leave the
still-
room.
Okay.
Why'd you
Just
leave the
move
room
your
first?
move your token to where you are.
Mm.
It's kind of a serious moment. It'd been good to have you here.
As you see the blade, you feel something approaching from beneath the waters. It swells through your muscles. You
I tighten the chains.
tighten the chains. You see the eyes begin to flare again as they then shut. He kind of struggles and growls, but then it's suppressed. And he just pants and puffs, just... Because even on a natural 1, you just
What?
succeeded.
Because 15.
Yep.
Because contested rolls.
Yep.
Plus 14. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's
This
fucking
is best
crazy.
save, I think.
So I'm just like, you don't remember anything, bro. Like,
It
I
was-
don't, but I can definitely feel the pull that this weapon's trying to creep onto my mind even now, while it's in the same room. Where's McCath? I didn't hurt anybody, did I?
no, I think she had to get out of the room, get some air.
A close call.
Well, I'm glad you guys were here then. I can't imagine what would have happened if yous weren't.
Indeed. You're putting us in a bit of a predicament now, Belvin.
We're gonna have to keep an eye on you. I think for the meantime.
I would suggest something else.
Oh, kill you? No, sorry.
If that could be an option.
Oh shit! Nah, we've done that.
It's- But the thing is because that blade is from the Black Dragon, Black Razor, and it's because of the shield I had before, and when I got resurrected into this form, I believe
I-
part of his soul that was in the shield had merged with mine. So I think if I can turn back to what I used to be and separate the souls within, then I don't think he'd have as much hold, and then we just get rid of Black Razor's artifacts. Go down and get a Raffator to just encase them in ice forever, and just be forgotten about.
You reckon, Casimir, you reckon you got any heard of any spells of separating souls?
Well, I've got a little bit of experience with this type of magic, but
Make an Arcana check. Or a religion check.
Arcana it
I was
is.
going to say, you shouldn't have given him it.
Don't give him up.
On a 22, examining the blade, its aura, its magical aura is intense. Like it's got its own will, its own manifesting presence. While you can study the blade, after a little bit of study, you can deduct that Belvin might be safe till the next sunrise, just by using your your skills as a mage to identify, go over, detect the magic, and you also learn from it that the sword feasts on souls. Now, regardless of source, sentient beings are its fuel supply. So whether that be any kind of sentient beings, as long as you theorize that as long as a soul is consumed within a certain number of days, the blade will at least be satisfied. Though famished in the state it's in, it turns against whoever holds it, just so it can feast. Now,
Well, which man should destroy it?
It's pretty
with
dangerous.
the soul magic as well, you do understand that in certain ways that it would follow the same principles as the construction of the dragon masks. There is an essence, such as Black Razor, a host, Belvin, and then a magical essence binding the two. A magical force binding the two.
Mm.
So keeping the sword either contained or fed will hold off until you have more time to figure it out. Though putting it away in a magical frozen crystal or ice wall might hold it for a time, but the way it's appeared, you're not entirely sure what the sword could possibly do.
Hmm. Well, the way I see it, we have two real options. We either destroy it, which will probably be very difficult, or feed it, which is quite dark in its own right.
I got a Casimir. We do also have the third option.
Oh,
I do have true resurrection.
resurrection magic requires a soul, though, correct?
Are you saying he's
Soul
lost
is
his soul?
If the soul's consumed
He's saying
by this, we don't know what'll happen.
you're saying Belvin has no soul.
Not Belvin, but anyone that is killed by the sword.
He's talking about Belvin. Changing him
Changing
through res.
I'm saying killing Belvin
The
and
sword,
then
the
bring
sword
him back
itself,
as Belvin and not hopefully they'll maybe separate.
the sword itself needs to be destroyed or contained at least. I don't
Yeah.
think- I don't want to feed it. I felt myself almost going down that path once I changed into a Dragonborn. It just, and I've just decided that can't do that anymore. So
How do we tell how? So is Belvin's? This is sort of out of. Are we able to tell how much of Belvin's soul's like gone or whatever?
You'd need some form of divination, such as communing with God or such, or finding out. With your current means, you have no idea what the extent of how much Belvin's soul has been influenced by this creature. But seeing he's as a Dragonborn at the moment, with the essence of this black dragon's shield self contained in his left arm, a little bit,
It's pretty fucked.
he's pretty fucked.
The problem's not really just if his soul's gone, but it's like his soul is linked with.
I know. We need to find something grand
So
wizard.
even if we
Right.
resurrect him, it might just be exactly the same.
Yeah, but like if you do it correctly, can you like choose who goes into that body? Like, because you get a body, and all you're doing is putting the soul into a body. Not like,
if their souls are linked, then you might. Bring
oh
back
yeah, I know what I'm saying. You need to do some soul magic. Yeah, like, I don't know. This is out of Sandstorm's round. Casimir,
Even Casimir, that levels beyond him, even with the base understanding that he has for the moment of power, such as a true resurrection, which the crown has quite the intense power for.
well, I think we should lock up the sword for now. Casimir, get to the books and find out a solution.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how we can contain it properly. If Belvin can summon it, basically. Which
Can we
is what
send it to the spirit world? What's that world they're at? What's that galaxy? What is it called? The cosmos or whatever.
The astral realm.
sea.
Galaxy.
Yeah, is that a solution?
Send it to the
I
galaxy.
mean, you can certainly try if you have the ability.
To infinity.
Because I feel like they're once you're like separated like completely. If you like, you can't have a connection.
Though Belvin through McCaff, you did find out that Black Razor was a descendant of Zalandris, the rot,
first Black Dragon.
the first Black Dragon. So, a component of him would be required to destroy the Black Dragon helm. From your studies, Casimir.
Sandstorm, is it alright if you let me go now?
Just one sec, Bob. We just need to can I talk?
cautious that, like,
I'm just gonna talk to Casimir with the ring. So we really need to get rid of this sword right now. We can't just like go.
the problem is we can't just keep the sword away from Belvin. Because if he can summon it to himself.
We don't really know that though, because
Well,
it's
the cat
still
saw
it.
that, though.
We didn't see. Did we see it summon to him? I just came in the room. I don't know.
No, but McCath saw that.
We don't know that though. We haven't had a time to have a conversation.
Go outside and have a chat with McCath. Come back. So,
We're holding him down. We can't really do that. We're not holding this guy
no,
down.
there's other guards in here.
You reckon this?
We're not really the best people to actually hold him down.
For the moment, while the conversation's going on and Belvin has been released, Aranis, George, and even Bagnails come over and begin to hang on to the chains just to keep him contained.
Just, Belvin, I'm gonna need you to just play along for now, until we can ensure that you won't go berserk again.
Look, I'll stay here for as long as you want, but can you just go see if Macath is alright? Just hope I didn't hurt her.
We can do that.
This is too intense.
We'll go and find Macath.
I couldn't actually put Macath where I want to, but she's up in the sky, like really high up in the sky.
You don't have that, yeah.
I don't have the ability to put a little note saying that she's like up in the sky, but that's
why we got our voices, I guess.
That's okay. We can just put a little
Role
wing.
play.
We can put a little wing on it.
Where are you?
You can see, like, you can just see her figure up there, but she's definitely not on the ground.
Well, I guess I'll go and have a chat with Macath.
We get the guys to sort of
Sandstorms, they're locked.
watch Bell. I get the guys to sort of hold Bell down still and.
Just like
They don't
let him
have to
sit
hold-
up.
They don't have to.
No, he's comfortable. We're just as precautionary. He should understand.
Guess we'll go fly up.
So,
Yeah. She's just kind of flying in like really big circles. Not really.
Macath, you alright?
Just kind of stops and she looks at you. And her eyes were kind of like a bit blue before, but right now they're like draconic eyes. They look exactly like Aretha's. She'll just kind of look at you. Not say anything.
You're not injured anywhere? Just persist?
Not possess, just...
No, I'll persist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
He's calmed down now. He's returned to himself.
That's nice.
Are you doing okay?
No. I'm not. But there's not much you can do when the war's raging on.
Well, it's not always the case. I mean, I'm sure we could do something about this so it doesn't happen again. We could certainly use your help with it.
I mean, I'm more than willing to help, but I don't really know what to do at the moment. Not that I assumed everything would be the same if I was to ever come back from the north, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. You know, that type of stuff, just, you know, the one person that, you know, I really trust and kind of the one person I was hoping would stay the same isn't the same, and it's a lot. A lot.
Help us return him to how he was.
I will, I just need a bit of space.
I understand. Well, if you need us, you know where to find us.
Thank you.
And Kaz will head back down.
Ryan's in the room. Belvin hasn't moved. He's still being restrained.
Kaz will go up to Belvin and be like, my cat's alright, just a bit shaken. Unharmed though.
That's good. Glad I didn't hurt her.
So, you feeling okay? Clear-headed?
At this point in time, yeah. but I guess I was 10 minutes ago.
Did you feel anything leading up to this? Was there anything that set this off?
Nothing recently. I just think maybe just in general the decisions I've made has led to this. Me possessing all these black dragon artifacts and equipment, and just I guess this is what I get for diving into that kind of stuff.
How did you pick up that sword anyway? I haven't seen it before.
It was from the Zenithar, the horn he had. I had to rip it out so he would stop coming back.
And you forged a blade from it?
No. It forged itself. And actually consumed the Haziron that I had before that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I should have told you guys about it, but I thought I'd just keep it away until I have time to think about it more. But I guess I should have thought about something to do with it straight away.
Secrets don't help. So you could trust us more than that?
Well, it's not. I didn't keep a secret in a way. I just thought it was not a time that we needed to worry about that. That we have more pressing matters at hand. I didn't think it'd come to this anyway.
Alright. But next time, at least let me know if you obtain a powerful artifact. We don't want any more repeats of this.
I don't plan on coming into contact with anything like this ever again.
Well,
Still need to get rid of it as it is.
yes, that is something we need to work on. Well, Belvin would actually probably have the most experience with smithing and stuff, so he might have the best idea of how to go about destroying it.
I do not believe just a standard heating of metal will destroy a sword like this.
Well, I didn't believe that either. I thought you might know where to start.
There might be maybe the dwarven forges might be capable, but
Hmm.
I'm not too sure, unfortunately.
What's the Dwarven Lord's Alliance guy name?
King Conrad, Raw Anvil.
Conrad.
At that point, you, Macaf, from in the sky, you do see a giant eagle approaching from the east. It's got antlers on its head. As this giant eagle comes.
Would I kind of get the hint that maybe this is Ikram?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just a regular eagle with antlers.
Yeah.
Nothing
You
suspicious.
know, you casual.
Giant eagle.
I don't know, does he look like he's gonna stop or does he just...
At this point, he's just. He looks like he's flying casually, just lazily flying. Ikram, you do see from afar, Casimir has flown up to Macaf, and then it's flown down. Macaf is just hovering there.
Sorry, say that again.
Macaf is in the air.
Yeah.
Casimir, well, from a great distance, you saw Macaf was already in the air.
Yeah.
Casimir came up. Casimir flew down. Macaf has stayed there.
Okay.
Her draconic wings beat in the sky. and the keep is alive even past midnight. It is, which isn't. Things begin to dim down around this time of night.
How long was Casimir up there with her? For like 10 seconds?
Like a minute.
Like a minute.
Oh, a minute.
Yeah.
So like a conversation worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just like he flew up and she's just like, whoosh.
Hi. I don't know if I'd go and approach her. I think I'd just fly back down to everyone else without being rude.
So where's Ikram been?
Ikram, you have returned from doing a bit of reconnaissance. You left to go check out Sekomba, just to fly around high in the airspace to find out just what's going on there. You, with your survival, you make your way as natural as possible from a high enough distance, making your way to Sekomba from high above. In your eagle form, you peer on down below to see what's happening, but due to a little bit of overcast, it does block a bit of your sight, though you do see that the small riverside town has turned into a bit more of a battlement encircled fortress town.
As in, it looks like it's recently just been into battle, or as in they're more like
as in they fortified
preparing for battle? Yeah.
Yeah, they've made this their own tiny little fort on the riverside.
Gotcha.
With your nature check, you see that the majority of the roads do look infested with kobolds and other lesser beings that are at their disposal. Though you don't see any large dragons, you do notice that there are war wyverns, like the kind you fought in Daggerford when the red dragon attacked. On your investigation check, you do not know what's going on, though there is one upper section of the town along the eastern end of the river, in a small little walled-off section that is heavily guarded, with large plumes of smoke rising out of several buildings, as if which bear similarities to the forges you've seen used to create arms, steel, and armor.
Wait, as in there's people, as in it's guarded, or as in people are lining up to receive weapons from there?
Both. So it's heavily guarded.
Okay.
Soldiers and people do move in and out. People are being shifted in and up and going out east and returning back west to Sekomba.
These forges, are they all grouped together, did you say, or are they kind of scattered throughout the town?
Grouped together in one kind of watched over section of within the walls, heavily guarded around this section. And there are 4 buildings with large plumes of smoke billowing up. Hello, Calamity.
My next question would be, is there any kind of air defense or anything, or am I kind of just...
So you're a very
nothing.
you're a very far distance up. They do have, you do count, on your investigation check, you realize that there are a good number, like a good couple of squads of war wyverns. These heavily armored wyverns. You don't see any dragons of sort, but you do see the wyverns, and they do look to have ballistas in place.
Better than nothing. Okay. How big is this army? Or this, like, total people, like...
So it's near on double the size.
300.
It's near on double the size of Riverguard from what you saw. Though, with your investigation check,
Population of Riverguard.
currently, good question. Someone will need to check the spreadsheet. Though you remember from Sekomba, Sekomba was only a small little town with near on 500 people there.
Okay. So roughly I'm gonna say 200, 250.
It looks to have tripled in size, though you don't get an estimate. There are, there is like a, what's the term for a? There's like a tent city of army forces out there in the fields.
It's like
surrounding-
you mean like a giant army camp?
Yeah, an army camp. Thank you. Just
Or a base.
surrounding the outside of the city. Yeah.
Ask Conesy that one.
And that's to the north and also to the east. To the west is a little less defended, but it has more thick forest and also more thick forest, and like small little outcrops of trees, along with trenches that have been dug with spikes that stick out of the ground
Nice.
in trenches.
How far away was the enemy forces again? I've forgotten.
So, it is up the river from Daggerford. And I will give you a good guesstimate just from the current location, because I can do that.
And I guess how long does it take me to fly to that town and then to fly back?
So you left a while ago.
It's it's like a week trip roughly
Yeah.
by river, isn't it?
A week trip by river, but
But flying would be a lot
Like
faster.
4 days or something.
by flying, yeah, you're just getting back, we'll say.
After what, a week or so?
Yeah, after a week.
So how?
Okay.
So it's about 100 direct line, 140 miles.
Oh yeah.
Direct line, but you
And
gotta go
how far away are the enemy forces? Like days, roughly.
If soldiers are traveling at 20 miles a day, I'm probably gonna get there by foot if good weather persists. Probably 12, 13 days with stop in between.
So 12 days from when I left. Sorry, when I got back to Riverguard, or when I arrived at that town.
No, that's like a force leaving from Daggerford going there.
No, what I'm saying is,
like on foot.
it's 12 days. It's 12 days from when I got to Riverguard.
No. It's only been 2 days since you left, because you're an eagle and you can fly for a long period of time at a great speed.
So basically, when I get back to Riverguard, we got roughly what, a week, less than a week.
No, not less than a week, like 12 days.
Nice.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so you got plenty of time still.
right.
Yeah.
And where? I can ask the dude. I can ask the guys. It's all right.
Okay.
Ask us what?
Where are we? Where's the plan of attack? I guess that would be better to ask you guys than to ask,
That's what
ask the guy running the enemy army.
Well, that's the thing. You've currently got Belvin chained up in front of you, but yeah,
I wasn't there for all that, was I?
yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm just getting back.
you're only just you're returning for that.
Can
Yeah,
I
just pop in.
see? Holy fuck! I forgot her name.
Osha?
No, sir. The fucking yep,
Oh, yep.
tree chick,
Dryad.
Lady Marcella.
Lady Marcella.
You'll have to get in contact with her somehow.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see what's going on. Like if there's any forces near her, or
Okay, how are you going to get in contact with her?
I can go to the tree at some point when I get back.
Okay. So we'll leave that for later, but at the moment, we'll
Just adding that to my loud to-do list because I'll forget.
Okay. What's the current situation you'd like to finish off this scene? Where is my pen gone? Do we keep Belvin chained up for the moment?
With regards to the return, I'm gonna fly straight to Riverguard and see Sugar Pickle. I mean, fuck.
Macath.
Sorry.
Hey, Macath. Yeah, so
I
you
only
saw
funded
Macath.
your whole stream.
You saw McCaff there in the air.
Yeah, and so she's here. Like, is she directly above Riverguard?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of like she's
Yeah,
she's
if I'm
gone back
coming
to
in, I'll-
circling at this point.
Okay.
Well, just slowly.
Sussing out from how I'm like looking at her, I'm like, okay, she's got something going on. And I'm not good at talking to people. I'm just going to avoid that.
The safe choice.
Because me and her aren't exactly close. I mean, we don't hate each other, but we're not close.
Oh.
I don't think we are.
Yeah, you don't talk or
Awkward
anything.
silence. Yeah, it's not like it's not
Ikram's
like
not really close to anyone. Like,
Exactly.
Except for us.
That's why I'm like, why is
Don't-
yeah, why does he have to? Rob's just like trying to defend it. It's like it's just a fact. Ah,
He just wants to
it's
talk to
fine.
me. Anyway, so you land, transform back into yourself.
see what everyone's doing?
You see Belvin in chains.
Just doing a little bit of chain play.
Oh,
I mean, what?
shit got kinky while I was away.
Oh, hey there.
Yes.
You were around at the perfect time.
So, in summary, Belvin got a new sword and went a little bit crazy. So we had to chain him up, and things have been cooling off, which is good. And now we're trying to figure
What's
out
his
what to
current
do about the
status?
sword.
Is he looking tired, angry, fucked?
So again?
Is Belvin looking tired, angry, on edge,
Hey, Ikram.
chill?
Chill.
Yeah, right.
It looks like he'd like to sit down, but he's currently in chains.
Look,
He's sitting down. He's just chained up.
Hey, can't he sit down in chains?
Whatever works.
We'll even like put him up against the
Goddamn
chair so he's
right.
got something to lean
Can-
back against.
can we get rid of the sword for now? My suggestion is to see if a Rathator can freeze it in ice. Might not be a permanent solution, but it's something, isn't it?
The other white dragon.
Arethiates.
Every fear teeth.
Avi.
Arvi. Arvi works well.
Yes.
Are we allowed to call her a
So
nickname?
where's
I don't
the
want to get
sword
like
at?
munched on.
You can try.
Where is the sword?
Nightcrest has it.
So you see that there is
Fuck
a...
is Nightcrest?
You look over your shoulder and landing down behind you again by the door is a large black griffin with red eyes. In its talons, it clutches a black long sword with a long razor's edge. It kind of curls up, shoots back, and then curls back up as if it's got a section like that missing.
This sounds heaps cooler than the Pokemon from Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
You want one?
And
Pokemon Beacon Wing.
the griffin has a saddle. It also has a breastplate.
Nice. So it's looking pretty battle ready.
Yes.
What are you doing, Sandstorm? Like, we're not going into battle now. Why has he got all his armor on? Oh, fucking hell, mate.
Getting him used to the weight.
What do you mean? I don't need my armor. I don't have armor.
Your mate.
Mate.
Nightcrest, why's he all armored up?
Oh, is the we just landed. We only just came back, didn't we? I haven't taken him back to his place and get the squad and take his armor off.
Back to his hotel.
Cause we just like it's easier. I couldn't. I don't know if I can fit in the bag of
Yeah,
holding.
where's he gonna sleep?
Mate,
just like-
Is he pretty friendly looking?
On top of the keep?
Nah,
he's not
me
friend-
looking.
he's not friendly, but he's got black feathers and red eyes.
Okay, so
But he's very friendly.
from a druid's perspective, I'm just gonna do a fucking nature check.
Okay.
He's friendly though.
That was trash. Ignore
Like,
that
imagine
roll.
if the bad guys had like a
I'm gonna try and
mount.
pat it.
This would be the bad guy's mount.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get.
definitely bad guy.
That's
now.
exactly it.
That's so good.
Okay.
You're just
Are we
like
the bad
that's.
guys?
You're just like that's a threatening bad guy now.
But like Avatar, like the blue one, the blue people Avatar.
Yes.
Rob. You know the
Oh.
connection.
It
You know,
actually took
the-
me a second to figure
James
out what
Cameron's Avatar.
Because
Yeah.
when people say Avatar to me, I think of Aang. Like I don't
Yep.
think of
That's
the
what,
other
that's what I
one.
thought about. I was like, wait, what blue people?
The blue people Avatar.
I was like,
you
the
know when they have the
waterbenders?
connection with the guy, like they put their the hair in the bird and they have that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the kind of connection I have with the bird.
Somehow.
Okay.
Somehow, some.
Oh, because you got the magical ring thing.
And
that,
we
like,
had
links
this,
you.
so we're pretty on par together. So don't have to worry.
I
about
should
it.
get an upper.
Yeah, I'll really best.
Just cast Fly on
You got
Anki
your-
and be done with it.
Yeah.
He's upper. Fucking hell.
No, we agreed.
Yeah.
We agreed last session that we're gonna hamster ball Anki and roll him into battle.
Yeah,
That's right.
Oh, it's
Like a wrecking ball.
an unstoppable object.
Yeah. All right. So
And his tail's like out the back of it, so I can still hit people.
as the party contains the sword for the moment, you can go down and ask Aretha for your teeth.
Can I ask? Sorry. Can I ask Casimir what's going on with McCath? What's
Well,
going on with McCath?
Belvin,
Like she's in the mood.
Belvin went crazy. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were kind of together when he went crazy, so he
Oh.
tried. He kind of tried to kill her.
I was completely unaware that they were together.
Well, not like that. They were just having dinner together. I mean, it would have been really awkward if it happened later.
I mean, oh. So he tried to what? Kill her.
Yeah. Oh, and us.
Oh. Well,
And that's why he's
turned
chained
out
up.
well for him, did he?
Well, he wasn't in his right mind, to be fair.
He wasn't a walker.
We were never in danger. But
So
yeah,
she just
can
getting some fresh air.
can Kaz get the sword, holding it with a mage hand,
Mm-hmm.
just to be safe, and then he'll take it down to Reefatis. I'm assuming with Ikram and Sandstorm.
So you're trying to destroy it, are you?
Well, for now,
I would
that's
suggest
the long term.
you take McCath with you.
Has Makath come down?
I don't know.
Have
Do you
you?
need?
Are you outside or are you inside?
We'd have to have gone outside.
Yeah, because we're at Nightcrest.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You always have message, don't you?
That's true.
You have an unlimited amount of messages too in your rings.
Hello, Makath.
Okay.
Ring.
In your mind,
Hello.
you hear Casimir making a phone call.
Can I be unchained while you go and do this?
I'm gonna go over to the
I
tree.
think- Honestly, I think we should keep you under close guard until we can at least contain this.
Alright.
I mean, I think you think that's the best option for now as well.
I do. But well, the quicker we can get this done, the quicker we can try to move on from it and figure out a solution.
Agreed. So, I'll message Makath quickly. Just say we need to speak to Aretha Teese. And I think your presence would help.
McCaff won't say anything, but she'll sort of immediately, you can see her dive down. And she'll do like a small superhero landing.
My knees!
Not quite to the ground, not quite fist to the ground sort of superhero landing, but
There's still
Just sort
that,
of like pull up close to the ground.
yeah.
still that swirl of air and dust from around. A little bit of frost as well.
You'll just look at Cassie.
I realize Casimir is no longer always doing a superhero landing. He's now just a
Yeah, my knees can't take it anymore.
regular pose.
Getting old. I haven't put enough strength.
So,
We'll head down to the boat landing where Arethes is. Well, underground.
Head on down into the cold, icy chamber. Continuing down the walk, about 1 a.m. Casimir, as you recall the time, you also check your watch. As you
Only one in the world.
Only one in the world. As you reach the now frozen domain of Arethes, the Ice Claws, who is well and truly asleep.
Kind of like look at Mikath and be like, give her a nod, like towards Arethes, like, do you mind? I would rather not be the one to wake up a dragon.
Mikath will sort of float over and just rest her hand sort of on top of Arethes' head. And see if that slight touch stirs her.
As you are in darkness, the eyes slowly rise and you see the crystal blue light that is her eyes with the dark pinpoint slits then beginning to focus again. 3 extra pupils continue, then grow in size and then shrink again as these glowing eyes focus on first you, Casimir, and then to Ikram, and then to Sandstorm, and then to Casimir. She rises her head out of the frost and slush that she's created on the ground in the now frozen cavern tunnel. It's late at night.
I'm sorry to wake you. We've had a situation upstairs, and we've come up with a temporary solution, but we need your help.
Come on.
I believe it has to do possibly with Black Razor.
Definitely.
Elvin lost complete control and tried to attack. Predominantly me, but also other people upstairs. It has to do with a sword he acquired quite recently, and he didn't even have it on him at the time. It just appeared in his hand like it teleported, and we think that you could possibly encase it in ice from stopping it from teleporting.
It will most certainly hold if I enter it into my treasure. If I focus, I should be able to stay it for a long time.
The longer the better.
Please, the sword.
And looks over to the ice.
Implant it.
Who has a sword?
I'll mage hand it over to where she looked.
It's held there. See, she reels back in on the breath. There is then an explosion of frost that comes from her mouth, blasting the sword as it begins to consume it completely, encasing it within ice. Her crystal blue eyes then flash as you feel the cube then activate as well, Casimir, as it awakens from afar. Sort of with the same design as the portable hull. In case drawing from that magic, you feel a section of that cube for that ability is copied and drawn away to then be placed in and around the crystal space that is where the sword is contained.
So does the sword actually go into like a separate space?
You don't see that the sword leaves into a separate space, but you do see that within the frozen ice there is a dark blue oval in which the sword has been sealed in. Now, you are.
Okay.
It bears similarities to the Ice Sea Scrolls, the ones that you had to get below an incredible temperature to be able to read. Similar in effect like that, but sealing it in an opposite way.
Okay.
That should hold it for a month at least.
Well, that's not a long-term solution, so we believe that Belvin and Blackrazor's souls are linked, and we seek to unlink them to prevent such events happening again. You having lived as long as you have, I was hoping that you could shed some insight on how we could go about that.
PJ James, thank you so much for the donation. Oh, PW James, my god. Sorry. Hey, it happened. I got a name wrong.
Who would have guessed?
Exactly.
It's been a while.
Avi looks at you, saying, and then looks to Macath.
There are in ways that your ancestor and I were bonded through the soul, though not to the extent that I've seen your friend. I'd be careful in the separation. But anything is worth a try. I am only versed in others' magic and not understanding. My understanding is limited only by what I've encountered from those I've encountered. To which I've never seen someone separate a soul from another. Though bonding souls is another issue.
I imagine it's a fairly rare phenomenon.
Indeed, young tiefling.
Well, thank you for your assistance with this. I suppose we'll have to keep searching.
Opportunities will always find their way if you look hard enough.
I'll keep that in mind.
Would Macath know of anyone at the Arcane Brotherhood who studied any type of soul magic? Especially since the Arcane Brotherhood's a bit shifty.
Yeah.
Very much so. The Arcane Brotherhood is very shifty, but it's more they use souls to bolster rituals and use the raw power from souls to boost summonings and to empower, but not binding.
Would she know of anything to do with the cult? Since they sort of create, she's aware that they create sort of half dragon-esque creatures.
You know that from what research you have been allowed, and especially in your one meeting with Resmir, you figured that it's more there is a ritual in which a certain kind of blood is taken from a soul or a host to then corrupt and empower the soul with chromatic draconic energy of a certain kind.
Mm-hmm.
The boys know it as the blood scale ritual.
So she knows more about how to sort of combine souls rather than
separate them.
Yeah. Or use them to bolster your magic. But usually it leads to a blood sacrifice in that.
Yeah.
And that is not fun times.
So, as you leave Crystal Chamber, and is there anything else anyone would like to discuss or we can move on to the next phase.
I'd like to chat to. I'm shocking with names.
Lady Marcella.
I remembered.
How would you like to do it?
I just wanted to chat to her through the tree.
Okay, so you commune with nature. What would you like to ask her?
Just how things are. Can you just open up the map of
Yes, Riverguard.
everything? Because I'm completely blanked on a lot of things.
So you head over to your tree, besides which...
Oh, sorry, the map of like the whole,
Oh, the world?
like where her forest is. Where
Oh, the world map. Alright.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I should probably do that before I think about talking to her.
What would you like to ask?
Once the map's up, how far is her forest from where this army is building?
Still quite far if my roll 20 will want to move.
Basically, I just want to see if there's anything going on weird with her, and explain the situation, and basically see if there's anything
My roll 20 is frozen.
she could do to help, or whether it's affecting her, and whether we need to go help her, or...
So, in asking that, she's more concerned about the town before that's now grown into a fortress called Lork, known as Lork, as they call it. Their swords are harmful to her kind and the forest creatures around them. The iron they produce is damaging in such a way that creatures of the forest and fey beings, such as herself, degrade upon contact. So a lot
What
of
are they
her
making it out of? Is it iron, or is it something...
She says it looks like iron.
Alright, is it common for iron to affect, like...
You can make a nature check and tell me what it is.
Can I just...
Please.
17.
On a 17, through talking with Belvin, there are techniques in... Well, talking in Belvin, seeing Smithy's work, and also discussing with Marcella tonight. There is a certain form of crafting in iron, to which in a cold enough forge, strangely enough, in the most lowest, most poorest producing forges around, where the quote cheapest arms are created, that this cold iron, this fell iron, is strangely somehow harmful to fey beings.
But then the more expensive, like the hotter irons and stuff like
the
that,
more refined it is.
It doesn't hurt them. Is it? I don't know. Is it something to do with like pollution, or is it?
It's more the in the creation of the iron, you believe.
Alright. That's weird. Yeah. But the pollution side of it and stuff's not... I mean, it would be affecting them.
The
but
pollution
not
side of it is, but it's more like the deforestation
Not like
that's going on.
the world now.
Yeah, it's more the deforestation that's going on.
Right, okay.
Why isn't this working?
Right. So the I guess so. Say the enemy forces are say here. This town that you're talking about, say here, is her forest like basically in that path?
So her forest bordered the, as you remember, that forest that she was in.
Yeah, I can't remember the map at all.
Yep, I'm trying to get you there, man. I'm just dealing with roll 20. So between the two places, the forest bordered around that one place, as you remember. So she tells you that it's been deforested for a large number of for a large amount over the last couple of years.
Yeah. But the I guess the Oh, here we go. The pathway that the forces are going to take is. I'm just wondering if that's going to affect her dramatically.
What do you mean?
Whether they're going to go straight through the forest, whether they're going to detour around the forest.
Your forces?
No, their forces.
Well, if it's their forces, then they've already deforested. Let's see.
So Secomba's the
Secomba's the red dot.
that town,
Yep.
and
So this
where
is-
that army base is. Yeah.
This is Lockyer.
Yeah.
So that was their main base. And this was the forest where the Dryad was.
Right. So I'm guessing they've already started ploughing.
She can
Like-
tell you they have already begun. They have.
Like I'm
been-
assuming, like most of this would be gone
in
their travels.
Yeah, she can tell you that a lot of that forest
Well, not
along that
that's fucking
river
massive.
has been cut away in the use of.
Oh, I just mean, have they started traveling from up there and coming this way, or?
From here, yeah, there are.
Well, they're based here.
She tells you they've already occupied this sort of area.
So you're looking at like sort of that at least.
Yeah,
Ah, yeah, right.
so they have covered a.
Wait, how fucking... They really deforested like hundreds of miles?
Yes, they've had a long time to prepare.
Well, I'm not happy about that.
So their territory now stands.
Well, I'm going to say to her that we're planning an attack against these guys. If there's any way that you or anyone can help us to stop them from destroying everything and destroying your forests and stuff, then it would be appreciated. But if you can't, you can't.
I'll rally who I can bring together, but a lot of the treants live in fear of the seer.
See ya.
The seer is the one who polluted the forest and my grove, remember?
Yeah.
That's right. It's when you rescued me.
Remember she was like corrupted before?
Yeah. Fuck, that was ages ago.
And she's been doing this along with many other creatures. And consuming them.
Wait, she's okay. Well, yeah. That's good to know. Well, don't feel like you have to spare anyone. Just I'll let you know that we're going to attack these guys, and just be prepared for that.
Thank you.
Don't intervene, or don't feel like
We
you
will
have to.
keep safe.
Yeah, do that.
So,
Cool.
anyone else before
And
we
it's quite
call
cool.
before we call a night and move on to the next part?
Macav's gonna stay down with Arefatis.
Okay. So,
I think we'll all get a good night's sleep.
you
I'll
all
put
get a
an
good
alarm-
night's
Put an
sleep.
alarm on Belvin's door just to make sure, like I know if he's leaving or something.
Yeah. Over the next couple of days, it's a peaceful scene at Riverguard. The town is preparing, as are yourselves, as you go about your daily activities and preparations, especially dealing with what happened the previous night. If you all wish to, you can gather within the Dragon's Brew Inn to then discuss with our friend Jesse Gallogher, the dwarven innkeeper of the dwarven keeper of the Dragon's Brew Inn. Now, as you arrive in, you see
Belvin's
that-
not there. Belvin's at the smithy.
Bones at the smithy. Is McCaff going to be there?
Yes.
Okay, McCaff's there. And we'll say Ikram's there too. Jesse's been running the Dragon's Brew Inn ever since its opening, and then reopening. post the Dagford attack, he hasn't heard from his clan, he tells you, for the last few months, while keeping busy with the rebuild, and he admits that no news is good news for his clan, but he's partial to not wanting to know at the same time, fearing the worst. He's focused on his work, as you all know. He runs a tight ship, and keeps everyone safe from harm, and keeps events organized, and keeps everyone well intoxicated in the realm of having fun without being dickheads. The clan that he is a part of, the Galoglar, they call each other Pick Brothers and Sisters. He retells you of the Galoglar Hall, the once great mining hub and minerals exchange in Sakomba, with all sorts of rare ores, crystals, and minerals gathered from the Highmoor mines that they own. He tells you of their refinery and smithy and their skill in the creation of arms and armor. He tells you that if you're going to fight, hauling and packing ships across the river, the Galoglar clan decided to skip out on making these trips via boat, and you see, we mined deep underground first to then create a huge cavern that passed under the river directly, to then split off into 3 mines, each with their own emergency tunnels, of course, in case anything was happening. We can make it to the surface. One to the east, one to the west, one to the south. Now, before I left, the south was under the high moor, but had the highest number of gems and ore veins. The east collapsed a number of years, and the west one ran dry of the pink quartz, which we were famous for. Which, Casimir, you recall when you went to Sakomba, you purchased a large quantity of these pink quartz that was highly useful in your arcane studies and as components as well.
Yep.
As the west tunnel ran dry, they also had a few problems with the elves of the mist, as it bordered just within the boundaries of their forest.
Can we ask him for as much detail as possible on all the mine entrances and exits?
Yes, so he tells you the one to the east is completely collapsed and caved in, and they have they were just look, it's closed, I'm not going to deal with it. On our end, it's useless because it's collapsed. Bit too dangerous. Not going to worry about the emergency shaft, but from their hall is the main shaft that leads to the cavern that goes underneath the bridge, that goes underneath the river, and then forks off at a main section called the hub. And the hub is where all the ore, minerals, and what they've found and collected gets carted back to then be pushed underneath the river via the tunnel to then lifted out. Accidentally pressed the button then. The west entrance came up in the misty forest on the eastern borders of the forest. So to the east of the forest, within the forest boundaries, was the emergency exit they mined and created, as they found their way back to the surface.
In the north? I think it was the north one.
And the south one.
Not south.
The south one is within the wilderness of the High Moor, so a long grassland of bogs, swamps, and crags.
Is that the mine? Because I remember I saw a mine when we were leaving Succumba. So was that one? As we were leaving by boat.
But
As we were like when we saw Succumba the first time, we were leaving by boat, and I remember I saw a mine, like glowing or something at night.
you could see that on the edges, like the edges of the riverside, where there was some raised rock sections. There was still some of this quartz shining through from other people going over and shipping at the rock and trying to get as much as they can in the easiest way possible by taking boats over and going to actually mine from the water, like from the river cliff, whereas these dwarves were much more industrial and went directly under and found all the veins and then went directly to it, while also gathering silver off steel and what have you, like a full complex.
Okay. And all the mines connect into the hub.
All the mines connect into the hub, and then the hub goes back to the Galoglar Hall within Succumba.
Could I get him to mark all the mine entries on the map?
Yep. So from his memory, he will let you know. So I'm just going to see if I can get you back over there. We'll drop him down.
And then I'll turn to Ikram and ask, so how long did Ikram like observe the town?
We'll say for a good 20 minutes before they got sus on him.
Okay. Was it day or night?
We'll say it was night.
Oh,
So the dwarven prisoners there, right? Like, did you see the dwarves at all?
I'm assuming I didn't.
You didn't see any dwarves. You saw a lot of...
Not with my investigation roll.
Yeah. You saw a lot of mixture of heights that varied, but a lot of these people who were working around were soldiers.
Okay. So then, if they are keeping the dwarves there, then they're most likely in the mines. If you couldn't see them around the town itself.
Yeah, I didn't go for a real good browse. Yep. Yeah, buddy-o.
I was thinking, well, getting in through the mines is probably our best bet. We can't really just wander into their camp. From what Ikram said, it's pretty heavily fortified. Like even if we're disguised, it's going to be really difficult, I think, to get through there.
And you reckon there was about 500 soldiers, roughly, Carl?
No. Within the city itself, probably about 1,500.
Oh,
Damn.
it's a couple more.
Just a few fireballs.
A couple of whales.
Just one way.
Giga whale.
It's gonna turn in. Is this like gonna turn into
Code Geass?
Yeah. No, is it Code Geass? Not Code Geass.
Oh, no. Fucking Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann. That's what it's gonna turn into. He's gonna turn into a bigger and bigger whale.
Yep.
Till we go,
Dino was a dino whale. Now it's
Universe whale.
So, the entrances, the emergency exits are marked out, but he completely rules the
East one out.
the east one out due to its location, as well as the collapse. The one within the High Moor, he tells you, will probably be a little bit more dangerous.
It's further.
It's further away.
Well, yeah, I think we should aim for the one in the Misty Forest. We can try and enter through there. Find the gnomes, the dwarves, same thing.
Yeah, close.
What do you guys think?
First. Oh, dickhead.
What?
Oh, no, I'm just talking to myself.
Fair enough, you are.
I'm sitting there scrolling through, like, where the fuck is it? And it's like right next to our base.
Right. So,
Whatever you think is best, Casimir.
Alright then. That's what I think's best. We'll aim for the western entrance and follow the mines until we reach Scomba and get the dwarves out, and then we'll take back the town when the rest of the forces arrive.
okay.
So do you want to take the forces from underground up, or as in,
Because we need to get the dwarves out alive.
yeah,
So what's his
think
name?
we're kinda
King
boxed in. If we
King
do
Dwarf
Hmm.
will help us out because he's like, no. If any dwarves die, you won't get any support from us. I'm like, okay, buddy. We'll just unsave your people then.
So with that, we will have the 2-week time skip that I told you all about.
Mm-hmm.
We have Belvin, you're creating some things.
Yes.
First one, how are you creating it? Let me know. What are you doing?
Well, I have come into possession of some jeweler's tools, and I wish to use that plus my own magic to enchant a item.
Bell's gotten shady, hasn't he?
All right, so make
Been
a
gone for 2 weeks, and you
It's like
craft
all of Brad's
evil shit.
make a
How is this shady?
make a Smithy check alongside with an Arcana check.
Oh, you just come back and you're locked up, and you've got an evil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to Ikram, it's like, what the hell is going on here?
It's not a phase, Mom.
23,
Wouldn't understand.
19.
He's just corrupt.
Okay, so over the course of 2 days, with spending a lot of resources to cut as much time from it, it does cost you half the item's value in extra materials.
Yep.
But you are able to create the first one.
Sweet. As soon as I do, I want to find Macath.
Macath will be spending a lot of time with Arifatis over the 2 weeks. She's just kind of huddled up. But yes, so she's down there if Belvin's looking for her.
Well, Belvin hasn't really seen her since the incident, and then till now. So, Belvin will find her.
Approaching in the darkness of the cave, Belvin, through the frost, your claws crush the ice and frost underneath you. As curled up in between the nook of the dragon's neck is Macath, alongside with Arifiates.
What time is it?
A good question.
Yeah, is there a vague... Does this happen in the middle of the night?
Belvin, what time do you go down? I'm not taking this. Holy crud! $125 donation from Tree Hugger Druid. Angel says, "Don't make me come down there."
Oh my
Angel, I need you. I need you to teach these boys some manners.
Bruh, I've been so polite.
You have been. Actually, Casimir gets a gold star.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I've been very accommodating with my keep I own.
Fine. Sandstorm gets a gold star, but because they're Macap, they're
Belvin
like
does
ice.
not. Belvin attacked you.
He was
No gold star.
troll.
You get taken. Belvin's like the one that has. He's the kid that has like 100 gold stars, and we have none. We have
Goes
2.
off the board.
And you come along and just
Like,
take him
one
off.
gold star gone.
Go from
Who's that like
the
kid?
look
That
like
one
he's
kid.
Oh no, she's got an Robomon.
You know,
Yeah, you just went Robo.
Oh no.
Hello.
Oh,
You're
no.
back on normal
You're
now.
back.
Oh
You're back.
no.
Right, so if you two would like to roleplay, as Belvin goes down at a certain time, I am going to roll some dice.
Are we
Thank
rolling
you.
initiative?
As Belvin goes crazy, round 2.
God, I hope not. Alright, Macath, are you awake?
It looks like she hasn't moved much. There's a layer of frost, just like a thin layer of ice over her, and she'll get up and it'll all sort of crack off and everything, and she'll shake up. She'll be like, yes?
Could I have a moment of your time, please?
Of course.
I know haven't seen you since that incident a couple days ago, and I don't think there is really anything I can say that could take that back, make you feel any better about it. Because I know I can't. I feel absolutely terrible about it, and just the thought of you being injured just pains me. So
It's okay. I know it's not your fault. I know that it was something else completely. It was just very scary. And after everything happening so quickly, and then, you know, the one person here that I feel like, well, besides from Arifatis, I feel like I can put all my trust into, for that to happen, even though I know it's not you, I can only see your face. And unfortunately, it's just stirring a lot of memories. But I appreciate you coming here to talk to me. I know I haven't really been good and then just kind of stayed here. I probably should make more of an effort to go up.
look, you're allowed to take your time in preparation however you want. But there's also something I'd like to give to you as well. And if you're still up on Arifatis' like neck.
Nah, she's moved closer
Okay.
at this point. She got up and sort of moved closer and is slowly moving closer as she's speaking.
Okay. Belvin's gonna move pretty much face to face. Hold out your hand,
Hold out her hand.
and he'll put the bracelet he took a few days ago. That's just a bracelet that's been in his family for a while.
Mm.
I spent some time enchanting this bracelet.
I can sense it.
It's meant to protect you from harm. So, no matter what gets thrown at you, hopefully this protects you from that. Just
I appreciate that. It's a interesting gift at an interesting time. But I very much appreciate it.
I've been wanting to make this for you for a while, but the matters at hand just made it even more important.
Thank you.
So, hey.
And she'll give him a hug and a kiss. And just kind of hold him for a bit.
And yes, he's a bit relieved that she did, because he's still kind of worried.
I know everything will be fine, and one day we'll get you back to normal. And unless you like this normal, but this normal isn't very nice at the moment.
I do not like the way I am now.
I know you don't. We haven't had a proper discussion about this, I don't think. But I feel like it's a bit ironic that you were turned into a dragonborn. Just a little bit.
It's a coincidence.
Especially since I was aware with your quote-unquote relationship with Resmir.
Yes. Well, this was just repercussions, I think, of just me dealing with a lot of black dragon artifacts. And when I died and got resurrected by Ikram, having the soul of a really ancient black dragon in the shield I have kind of made it so this happened. And I believe this is kind of what's helping the sway on my mind.
I mean, if I'm being brutally honest, out of anyone, I understand. I mean, it's not every day that tieflings grow scales.
Well, I definitely haven't seen Casimir with scales, so I'm going to say, yeah, not all do.
Or draconic wings, or, all that.
My skin's smooth as a baby's bottom.
It is. Casimir can't grow a beard.
It's true.
So, anything else anyone else would like to do?
Just the other thing I'm going to be spending most of my time with now. The smith.
All right. So, I'd like you to make a Smith's Tools check again and an Arcana check again.
And Macaf will be actually now with Belvin, so she'll even come to the smithy. So if you want, can I help with that Arcana?
You can.
If I'm allowed to.
It'd be the Arcana, yes.
Oh, you can roll the Arcana at advantage.
Wait, is that Belvin?
No. Macaf can roll the Arcana.
Whoa. Advantage. Turns out my Arcana's shit.
Hey.
On a 25.
Not too bad.
Working together with the... Go through it. Give us the finishing touches, please.
I don't know what this is.
Alright, so... What we are making is... we are upgrading the... gauntlet of blasting that I changed the circlet of blasting to. We're upgrading that to have more of an internal like kind of a flame embedded to it, so it increases it'll cast a firebolt.
Cute.
It's just high fire potency to it. And it kind of it burns the skin a little bit to have it attached on, but it allows me to cast ranged spells.
Do we have a training montage of Macaf trying to teach him how her technique of how to cast spells?
Yes.
Yeah,
that happens.
But she's a sorcerer, so it's innate to her. Whereas like Kaz had to learn how to cast. It was just like natural for her.
But this is sort of thing because it's more like a natural thing. It's not like I learnt it on a spell. It's not like I'm doing a spell.
You just gotta learn to control the gauntlet.
It's more
kinda.
controlling the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with the gauntlet being forged and the magic being in place into it and even enhanced, there are bursts of a nova-like star from the gems that have been emplaced into the gauntlet. As the armor then folds and merges and molds around these gems, there is a final burst of bright red light that encompasses the forge as the crafting is going on, working tirelessly for 10 days straight. You two work on this.
We have like 2 forges, right? So
Yeah.
like Colvin can actually still work.
There's enough. Yeah, there's enough of forge that allows Colvin to still work and produce arms and armor, and also to make adjustments for everything else.
Yeah,
But
Belvin's got his own forge.
Yeah, cool.
But the gauntlet is cast and being pulled out of the quenctate, this crafted from mithril and adamantine that's been drenched in the blood of the red dragon, forged in the flame of the dragon's heart and fundamentum to give it the blaze, to then quenched in this exotic obsidian oil. As you pull the gauntlet out, it goes, the black oil drools off it, revealing this bronze gold plated clawed gauntlet with these 5 red gems across its forearm length. Belvin, as you hold the gauntlet, it burns as you touch it. As you go to put your hand in, it sears like Thanos when he puts on the Infinity Gauntlet. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I was just imagining the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm just imagining the Infinity Gauntlet, but instead of the stones, it's like fire opal.
Yeah.
As
you you feel like your arm's about to burn off and you can't get it off. It's searing to your skin, but at the very last second you just hold on tight, steel your will, and get it. And there you wield the gauntlet.
Woo!
Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Your griffins arrived, buddy.
Oh, the Griffin army is here.
And because you've let Colvin know, he has prepared.
Yes.
He has prepared armor for them all, and appearing before you is your G-Force.
Fuck yeah, let's do some roll call here. So we got here.
What are their names?
It should all start with G.
George,
No, G-Force
Greg.
is the whole group, including the
But it'd
the
be
riders. It's not just the It's not just the Griffins.
Yeah, but it'd be funny.
Not funny. It's the Gobble Force, okay?
Not funny.
It's sad. It's in memory of Gobbles, okay? Okay, we're 5 here. Okay, perfect. And here they all here. Yes, yes. Fucking yes. Claws on String is gonna fucking be at the back, doing all the buffs, doing bloody what's the Bard inspiration called?
Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, yeah, I got it right. That's it. Bard inspiration in the back, doing his fucking. He's probably got a cool like spell he can use to what's the one that hypnotize people, but fucking not against vampires, so it's probably effective in this campaign.
Just been charm.
It's just fucking you can charm people. And then we got fucking the leader, bag of nails at the front. What's Sirius's strength again? Like fuck, is he?
He's a ranger, so he's quite strong.
He's a ranger, yeah. So he'd be in the middle, somewhat. They can do a perfect formation. So they're gonna have like
The flying G.
3. So what? This is the thing. Like, see how there's 5. They're normally off by themselves, right? They're doing their stuff. But then when I come in, I do the point. I finish off the perfect triangle, and then we go into battle together. It's like perfect.
Nice.
So you're saying you line up essentially in a cone,
What do you mean?
and dragon breaths are normally coned.
Most spells are cones.
It's the stylish
Boom.
point going into battle, and then last second you go disperse.
Cone
And-
of cold.
I was just thinking, it's like, it'd be so fucking
No,
awful if they all get hit with one breath.
it's just like
They're all like gobbles.
deja vu.
Times 6.
Also, that works out so well. Everyone look at Sandstorm's token.
That's fucking amazing. Look at me on the back.
I can't even. You can't make that up.
That's
like,
fucking.
okay.
Hey guys, how y'all going?
Right.
So yeah, we're just going through. Everyone's getting comfortable, like getting the right saddles, like sizes, and everyone's getting to know their bird. They're all just getting to training.
It takes 9 days to get for the training to really take hold and get them ready. At
So
that,
Griffin, not birds.
at that point, by that point, they are all trained up and ready to go.
Fuck yeah.
As you also gather, as per the suggestion from King Melandrake, being happy to assist you in any way possible, he's actually, if you get in contact with him, able to provide you with the circle coordinates for Altland.
Altland.
I mean-
Where was that?
I mean, Alton. So,
Okay.
I thought
like,
so.
the area. So where do we know what Alton's going to be doing? I don't remember.
Altland is a
Alton or
Altland.
Oh, I thought you said Alton. Where is
Sorry.
Alton?
Alton's doing things. He's running the fucking place as you train your goddamn guards.
Yeah.
As you train your G-Force. So, continuing on. Getting in contact with King Melandric, he was able to provide you the teleport circle coordinate for Altland, which is a treetop elven village that was decimated by a green creeping fog, to which is one of the places he mentioned that his elven...
Yeah, bro.
that his kind and his people were being attacked by the cult.
So that's a bit closer to Succumber, is it?
Pardon?
Is that a bit closer to Succumber?
Yes, it's within the Misty Forest itself.
Well, that's convenient.
So the Misty Forest and the Elves have been attacked, as you learnt previously, by the cult, by their raids, and Altland, which was near Ophelia's glade when you guys traversed through the forest, but you went in a different direction. You could see a settlement in the distance, but you had to travel in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
That you gather the teleportation circle for and can pass and arrive there. He will tell you that a guide will be there waiting for you when you are ready to teleport. He has already sent his agents into the field as an early warning source.
Alright.
Okay.
Awesome, thanks. And over the same time as the guards have been trained up, the G-Force, can I over the last few days been scrying on Succumber?
Yes, make us. You can make. I'm gonna have to make a roll. So where are you?
If it's a location though, I just see it.
Okay. All right. So you
If I've seen it before.
and
which
you
I have.
have technically seen Succumber.
That's it. And so over the next few days, I'll scry because you have to pick a spot. So I'll gradually sort of expand what I can see over the week or so, and make a map of it back at Riverguard, so we can sort of map out their defenses and such.
Okay. So as you scry, you tell me how you conduct the scrying spell. Tell me how Casimir has a go at this.
I would just go to my study and just sit on the ground with a little crystal ball in front of me. Just got both hands on either side. And look into the crystal ball, which is cloudy, and that slowly dissipates, and I can see the new and improved Succumber.
As you can,
Like from above, basically.
yes. So looking down from eagle eyes view as you looking into the sphere, passing through the clouds over the hills along the river. Just around the river bend, you'll come across the large, thick plumes of smoke that rise into the air from a complex of refineries and smithies, as the soot covers into the street, falling as ash like snow. You see the walls show silhouettes lining the battlements, and patrols are on foot surrounding the now fortified Succumber. You see silhouettes of wyverns, large numbers of guards in around the area as well, along with war wagons and caravans moving back and forth out of the east gate, which is on the left-hand side of the screen. The west gate travels towards Daggerford, where they have entrenched and fortified their positioning around the terrain. The small sleepy town Succumber you knew was only encapsulated this much of the area, has doubled inside. From this section here, you can see there are plenty of silhouettes, and the fog is smoke is thickest. You see that one silhouette falls to the ground while another comes over. It looks like they begin to beat onto the silhouette itself. Now, just for some meta knowledge, currently on screen, each icon represents 10.
Oh yes, there's a lot.
Fuck.
There are still other people and what looks to be transporters moving in and around. There are horses. There are still seem to be beaten down civilians and other soldiers moving in and between the larger buildings, which you gather are barracks. There also seems to be keelboats shipping up, back up east of the river to the left.
Okay. So which was the hall which leads to the mines?
This one here.
Okay. And so does this look like it's sort of like the living area for where they're keeping the dwarves?
Looks like a combination between extra refineries and smithies have been built. So there's plumes coming out of that building there, that building there, that building there. It seems they've extended the operation.
Okay. But that looks like where the dwarves are being kept, essentially.
Yeah, you can't see through the buildings, but you can make an assumption.
But, like, can I see any dwarves in that area?
You can see smaller silhouettes, but not so small that they're gnomes.
Okay.
You can scry on a place, but scrying on people is a whole other issue.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, so I'll, with like my major images, I'll shape out like the layout of the town as I reveal more and more with each scry over the week, and then I'll pass that information on to the forces which are marching through like Dream.
Ooh.
So I'll update them
Yep.
on like what they're heading into, basically.
Cool. So, as the rest of the week, as the rest of the time goes past, and the time gets closer and closer for you to act as the forces of Daggerford that has come from Waterdeep and El Torrell have reached Daggerford, you are informed, and they begin to march 5 days up the river, also travelling by boat. As their forces begin to move and mobilize, you gather on the teleportation circle ready to attempt your rescue operation.
Hell yeah.
You prepare what you can, but from Angel's tree suddenly there is a bright shining silver light, to which there is now a box sitting underneath the tree.
Did anyone order a package?
Interesting.
As you collect the box and open it up, there are a couple of things that take your eyes. Looking through, you see, looking through, Casimir, the thing that first grabs your attention is a deck of cards, but there's swirls in the patterns of the cards. You get a deck of illusions.
Oh, thank fuck.
I was going to
If
say,
you say it was a deck of
do we-
magazines again,
do
I'm
we
gonna burn
recognise
it.
that deck?
It's not that deck.
Not again.
Sorry.
What do you mean? It's a good
Melvin.
time, guys.
You see within there
For
is
everyone, River Garden.
there's a holy symbol. There is a small token of Helm's gauntlet along a string of beads. These are prayer beads.
Hey.
Ikram, you get
Oh,
you
don
see
them right now.
you see that there are braces that have dragon heads on them. These dragon heads then extend with horns similar to your own antlers. These are braces of archery.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Everyone's getting some nice stuff.
Ooh.
Damn. Thanks, tree.
Very much.
Thanks, random box.
Exactly. For Sandstorm,
angel
the thing that takes your eye is a arm brace that has a golden chain with a grapple-like dart at its end.
Ooh.
With its strap, you pull it onto the gloved gauntlet, and you just go, nice, finishing touch. And I'll give you that handout.
Very
Next session.
nice. Level up gauntlet.
Yes.
Thank you,
Assassin's
Tree.
Creed Gauntlet. You've upgraded it.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't really need anything extra. Actually, what do I need? Ooh, an upgrade there.
That'll work.
I'll take that.
Another dagger. You've got like 5 now. don't
Only
you?
if I can get an extra arm.
Another one.
An extra arm?
If I can get an extra arm,
I'm
I'll
sure
have
we
an
could
extra-
arrange something.
What
Able
a
to
shame.
use a third arm.
Sandstorm's just gonna have like 8 arms. Spider Storm.
That's what I was thinking. It's like when Peter like fully morphs to a spider and gets extra arms and stuff.
Yeah.
But like a cat doesn't. Can't. I'm already a cat, so it's sort of like.
How agile would a cat be if it had?
Oh, I got bit by a
It's a
radioactive
spider.
spider. Holy shit!
Jesus Christ.
Dang.
Look, it's
Like,
like a
they
really
already
hairy
land on
spider.
their feet. Like, imagine what they could do.
I don't want to. I'm
What
scared.
if you
They
got
would
bit
do
by?
that.
What if you got bit by a radioactive cat, and then like you turn and Catman?
You turned to a fairy.
That's pretty much Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Sandstorm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sandstorm is like, yeah, a human bit by a radioactive cat.
You go one or the other. You either go anime cat boy / girl, or you go furry.
Yeah.
It's all in the dice roll.
Yeah.
And finally, for the fifth item within is... Where is it? I had it.
Oh no.
Where'd I put it?
Jesus. Is it in handouts? Is it? I can't find it.
I'll give it to you next session, that one.
Oh, no
No,
worries.
this is the last thing.
Who gets the last one?
McCaff, as there is another one wrapped up in there.
Did you get something, Luke?
Yeah, I got a deck of cards.
Yeah, you got a deck of cards.
Illusions.
Oh, cool.
There is a sphere of crystal. As you hold this sphere of crystal, you look into it and you then peer into your own mind. And you're just a little dumbfounded as you get a crystal ball of mind reading.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it, I thought it was going to be Ishgrin's snow globe.
I mean...
No. So, that would be really confusing to read your own mind.
Yeah, it goes...
Just very echoey.
It's just like...
That could work, because we're in the same fucking canon. We're in the same universe.
McCaff,
They
who's the closest person
Yeah,
standing?
we're in the.
I'm assuming it's either Belvin or someone else.
What did you get, Belvin?
He got rosary beads.
I got some prayer beads.
We all gotta next time we're gonna work out what all our things do.
On top of the box, it says... There's a dash and angel in a wonderful script.
Oh.
Following that, you step into the circle. Your bodies jaunt, launching forward and back simultaneously as the light envelops you, and you are instantly in a dark chamber.
Can I send out some lights?
Now, as you illuminate the chamber, what remains you see is an incredible elven architecture within this ruined hall. You see tall statues line the wall as you peer down the chamber as the light illuminates. You stand on a landing of an elaborate staircase with lush green canopy. You can see outside of a broken stained glass window with what little rays of sunlight shine through, showing the dimming runes of a teleportation circle becoming dormant again. However, there is a tinge to the air, dark green, sickly green, as the air causes your senses to recoil as you fight against the instinct to gag and vomit. You will then direct your sight towards a rustle from an overgrown court plants as a figure draws your attention. Stepping out, you see a mahogany-skinned wood elf of dark hair standing out, looking directly at you. He wears studded leather armor and wields a longbow over his shoulders. Court of Riverguard, I assume. I'm Brinthar. My king sent me to be your guide. Welcome to what remains of Altland. And he gestures to the window. As you turn, you now see the ruins of the treetop elven settlement that is consumed by this green mist. Mine entrance lies 30 miles from Altland through the thick, dense, fog-filled forest. And he pulls out a cloth for each of you. As long as you put this over your face, you should be fine from the gag, but try not to breathe too much of it in.
Yeah, I'll take a cloth.
Basically, yeah, it's basically just making a...
Like, little face mask.
taking a little face mask. From there, he looks at you and says, "Come on, we don't have any time to lose." As he takes you outside of this grand cathedral within a tree, this large complex grown completely within the tree, as if the building was changed and shifted from the tree's construction. He then takes you down a series of steps to then zip line down as you parasail down the face of the tree to the forest floor, and you begin to make pace with him leading the way. Who's in the rest of the marching order?
I imagine probably Belvin and Nikram are up front.
Yeah, I'll be up front.
The forest.
No, Kath would stay pretty close to Belvin.
Put McCath in the middle, and then Kaz and Sandstem, I guess, will follow.
Okay.
Sounds good.
As you make your way into the misty forest, you travel through the thick underbrush that the misty forest near consumes you. Eventually, as you travel these 30 miles, a day passes and you take a rest. You camp out within a incredibly large, thick tree that has a kind of which allows the branches that then bow out, allowing you to have a bit of a bowl sit in the middle of a tree.
I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace when we get closer.
Okay. So, as the morning on the next day comes, you begin to travel again. A quarter mile from the mine, Brimfire turns to you as you begin to see through the mist. He stops everyone and then pulls his hand out and gently pushes against something. As you then see, Ikram, the outline of a thin thread that just barely has any condensation over it. He looks to you and says, "The webs mark the overlap between the mine and the hunting grounds of a brood of spiders. The web combined with the dense mist of the forest makes the area around the mine perceiving anything a challenge. Nearly impossible to traverse, even worse. Because the webs are moist, they don't burn away easily either. Though direct application of fire does destroy the webs, but it doesn't spread. Still, they burn away."
I'm a little like, whoa, this guy's cool.
Be careful. These aren't the little cutesy spiders you usually deal with in your homesteads and keeps.
Oh, Ikram's starstruck.
A little bit.
As you
Guy's so clever.
Good thing we've got you leading us through this then.
As you pass through the mist and the webs begin to recede as you come into a clearing. I'm just going to move you all over. The fog begins to recede. Its sickly greenness taking hold in a small little area. You see, as you exit from the mist, you can see across the mist kind of swirls in a large, vortex, as if it was a cyclone. You can see that there are images of claws reaching out, silhouettes within the mist itself. You two can make Arcana checks.
You two being
McCaff and Casimir.
Who magic users, yes.
Question, Carl.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to use transport via plants, it says I can transport as many
Oh.
people as I want within a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
There's one round, so does that mean I can, as many as people as I can
Seconds.
transport in 6 seconds
Yes.
in non-combat situation?
Yes. You'd have to be familiar of what the tree was and everything.
No worries.
But yeah, like if they're moving quick enough, you can move however many.
Yeah, but I
it's-
mean, I can't remove an entire fleet of fucking dwarves.
Well, it depends on the size of the
Depends
Not
tree.
with that attitude.
depends on the it depends on the size of the tree and how many there are
Because
left.
if they're all like huddled around, like ready to just go, you might be able to get a lot in.
I was just thinking if we needed to escape real quick.
Look, what you could do is like polymorph most of them into small creatures and carry them out.
Stuff them into a sack.
Bag of holding. And then just throw them through the tree.
So,
Layers.
Casimir, you can tell that the Macaf, you can tell that the mist is being affected by magic in a sort of form of way. I'm not entirely sure. But Casimir, you do identify it as illusion and conjuration magic that is being used to push the mist away to create a series of swirling vortex and clawing figures through the mist designed to threaten and fright. Ikram, you can make a nature check.
$21.
21. So,
I feel pretty good.
all right.
Pretty natural.
And we are past without a trace at this point, correct?
Yep.
Then everyone can make a stealth check as well if you're being stealthy.
Assume we're all being stealthy.
Advantage? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
That's
I'll
plus 10.
I'll just put the
Yeah, plus
thing
10
on, please.
to plus 10 to rolls.
27.
Glad that you guys know my
So
spells better than I do.
Wait, are we
You're
rolling
welcome.
stealth?
Yeah.
Damn.
Is this like a foggy, dark environment?
Yes.
The
15.
sandstorm even need to roll.
Sandstorm, just you get advantage, but you can roll if you want. But you are.
I have a lot
can-
of things I can add on to
But if
everything.
he gets a natty 1,
I can go
Double
invisible.
natty one.
I can go invisible as well.
So don't forget plus 10 because of past round trace. So we got a 27, 29, a 22, and a 15,
And a 39.
and a 39. Wow.
will that
Just-
pass? Do you reckon that'll pass?
I don't
Oh,
know.
pass.
Can you see me, Ikram? I'm just sitting there. I'm invisible.
Might have to use a luck die.
Who said that?
As you come on out, you can move your tokens to how you want and where you want to be at.
Is he coming with us?
He's
Uh,
leading. He's been leading you to this mine shaft.
Yeah, I mean, like, is he going to continue with us or?
I mean, you could
Is he-
ask. Because he leads you to the. He leads you here, and he says, "Well, actually, first on the nature check. Did you make that? Yeah, on the nature check, you can tell Ikram that around the mine entrance, the whole area is devoid of life, with not even a grub crawling through the wet soil beneath your feet. The old used mine path still leads to the entrance, however. You can see rusted and overgrown mining equipment lies beside dwarven skeletons. Long dead, their bones have been splintered and chewed. Similar to that of how Aliot used to feast on bones.
Well,
Urge
Looks
to
like we-
flee? Right.
looks like we'll have to struggle our way through, but this is still going to be the best way, I'd say, to get to Sokomba.
I agree. Well, if whatever's been living here is still around, let's try and get the jump on it, shall we?
Will you be accompanying us, or is this as far as you were tasked to take us?
Far as I was tasked to take you.
Alrighty. Well, let them know that we've arrived here safely enough, and
I'll be awaiting on this end. I'll send word back to the king if you were to send anyone back out this way so they can be retrieved. Just tell them that elves await on the on the surface.
All right. Well, we won't waste any time then. Is everyone else ready? What time is it?
Let's say it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, morning. Sweet.
Yeah.
All
As
right.
you're going, as you are heading into the area, the clank of the armor and the groan of the heavy plating that is
Belvin.
Belvin. I'm going to roll a check.
If Belvin's a bit loud, can we let him just sort of like go a little bit ahead of the group?
Yeah, you can do that.
So
As
we can still be like hidden?
Belvin goes ahead, followed by McCaff, and then by everyone else.
Well, just so you guys know, I can't see shit. So
Within this area, the mist has receded, so it's clear. So
Oh.
only where the mist is on the map is where
Well-
it's disadvantage on side.
I was just thinking of when we go into the cave. So
Oh yeah, you still have the ring. So. At that point, Belvin, as you come on in, clink clink, you all hear a snap of a twig that breaks off a tree and then falls into the underbrush within the mist. You then hear a and flying through the mist itself is a large green dragon. Motion out, and it lands on the ground, skidding, going.
Look like I have myself some lunch.
Roll initiative.
Oh.
how big is this green dragon?
It is smaller than the red dragon you faced at Daggerford.
Right.
So it's smaller than the red dragon you faced.
Oof.
Because I was going to say, there's a fair few dragons we can take reference from. So
Yeah, it's smaller than that young red dragon.
So but it seems to be the same sort of...
Same
Age
sort of
bracket.
Size, yeah. Same sort of age bracket. It's within its 70s to 150s.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's two sounds going on there. And we're just going to add you to the initiative. Just going to bring it up. And let's see. Do I have... Just going to delete that.
You guys know what to do. Just kill it fast.
Oh no. Let's see. 11. Alright. Everyone's clicked their tokens.
You know.
oh, Rob,
You're the one that
Fucking roll.
Rob.
In my defense.
And you're gonna be first.
Yeah.
Alright.
I got excited because I rolled a 20.
What do you mean? You have to click it before you roll.
No, Robbie, no.
You knew you were gonna be excited.
Alright, as this dragon then flaps its wings to get a little bit of air, it rises 5 feet off the ground and snarls as if it's reeling back its head. Let's go. Sandstorm, you're up first.
Oh, well.
You.
No, Ikram.
What?
Ikram is.
Ikram on a 20.
Oh, oh, yeah, okay. I still got the. Don't mind me.
Blame Ikram.
It's hard being this talented. I think this is the first time I've ever gone first.
I think so. I can't actually remember that.
You can do it.
Because
Ikram.
usually I'm last.
You can do it.
Because you initiative.
What do I do? Do I start the fight?
Yes.
Well, it's a green dragon. Of course you started.
Get into it, mate.
Well, technically, it started the fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's already been started.
Fight's on.
You could finish the fight if you want.
Ikram, your turn.
Alright, so is this to scale? This
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is a poison
bloody
dragon.
50 foot
Fuck. Jesus Christ, actually, that's massive.
is a giant dragon.
But it's only a young dragon.
Dragons are big, but they just get bigger. So
Its
Do we know
wingspan's
what their
massive.
weakness? Like
Yeah.
green dragons weak to anything?
there's
Yeah,
no
use
dragons don't
fire.
have weaknesses.
It's a grass type.
They're poison.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
So
No,
the
they don't have like
light.
they don't have like an obvious weakness.
No, dragons don't have weaknesses.
They've got strengths.
Yes.
That's
Exactly.
poison type, isn't it?
Ikram,
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
we know
poison.
that. We know.
you know green is a
Rush.
green
I mean,
dragon is a poison type.
Because we've raised
Poison
a big one.
strong again.
So, just in this regard, if anyone rolled stealth higher than a 17,
Ah.
Psychic ground roll.
So we're still hidden.
you're still here.
Throw a rock at it, roll.
Green
Throw
fairy.
So it's only
a rock at
Only
it.
Belvin.
it's only Belvin.
Only Belvin.
It's always Belvin though.
And if you didn't have disadvantage, you would have made it.
The guy, it's when
Exactly.
you get ground. So if you throw a rock at it, it'll be
Ikram.
similar.
What are you gonna do, buddy?
So he doesn't know I'm here. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn into an air elemental
Oh,
and just sort of do a bit of a sneaky.
oh yeah, it's a tornado.
Nah, because I can.
Nothing suspicious
well,
here.
Because I can fit through a 1-inch gap. I was just like gonna like streamline
Oh my
myself
god.
and just kind of
Just go towards him as like a piece of paper.
yeah, pretty much, and just snither my way around. Sort of
Fuck,
thing.
how far can you move?
Not that far.
The face on that thing.
It looks like you just
Why is this so
stole
funny?
his lunch money.
So, you transform into
That
a
fucking
air
crazy.
elemental. You can move 90 feet. What would you like to do?
Okay, so what does it say? 90 feet.
It's a screen
It's
painting.
its speed.
Its fly is 90
Oh,
feet. Yeah.
I didn't read that bit.
I was gonna say it can move freaking far.
Yeah.
It's literally the wind.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like stealth my way through the forest. Just
Is this
How
ground
far
like
would I
here?
be
Is this
able to
just like
move?
overgrowth?
Yes, so the overgrowth is difficult terrain. Yeah,
Okay.
Rob?
but if I'm flying and I'm like
You don't have to
1
worry
inch-
about it.
Yeah, cool. Do I make sound when I want to be fucking quiet. That's the
Yeah,
only problem.
well,
So I'm
you
gonna,
have
like, basically
pass without a
move through
trace
there.
up, so you're still concentrating on that. So
Okay,
you
cool.
basically can become one of the mist and swirl around.
And you said he was 10 foot in the air or 5 foot in the air?
5 feet in the air.
5 feet. Okay. So I'm going to come up to this point here, and then I'm just going to basically lunge out and side swipe him with a multi attack, which is 2 slams.
Alright, slam away.
Let me just figure out how to do that.
If you click on where it says slam, it will go red.
Oh, yeah.
Click on
Does he
slam.
have advantage
Fucking
for being hidden?
technology.
You do have advantage from being hidden, so on a 24 it's going to hit. So if you click on slam again,
In the chat.
yep. On a natural 20 then.
Nice.
Bring in my A game, boys.
So
Oh shit.
for the damage, that is some good damage.
Nice, mate.
For
Sucker punch.
28 on the sucker punch.
Oh, does the crit maxes, right? So that 6 would be a 16.
6 would be 16. So
Oh, they got to do it. Oh no, that's whirlwind. Never mind. It's bludgeoning damage.
yeah, it's bludgeoning. So
38.
you come out of the mist and just banging the dragon inside of the head. It kind of reels to the side and it's just like Sandstorm.
Love it.
Okay, I just noticed that we got like health bars with numbers and stuff now. Must be an updated feature. Okay, so am I in a murky environment?
Yes.
So you can't see me?
Can't see you, but you do get the idea, the impression that if you move through the underbrush, you have passed without a trace, so you won't have to worry about it.
So I'll have an advantage, just saying. Sneak attack.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. How high was he?
5 feet up.
Only 5 feet. Fuck.
Yeah. So you can go underneath and stab up, and you'll still get.
Yeah, that's good. I have to walk all that distance, though.
Yeah.
Jeez. I forget how long can I throw a dagger?
Full 60 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna throw. Oh, he's poison type, isn't he?
Yes.
Let me look at my daggers. Oh, where is it? That's acid. That's acid. That's not poison. That's
So that'd be a black dragon.
That's perfect. So I'm gonna go. I got the acid dagger, and I have the flame one, and the flame dagger. I actually have to throw the vengeance. I'm gonna throw the vengeance straight at him.
Okay. Sneak attack at advantage.
Fuck yes. So let's throw that through the trees, up at him. Boom, 24.
24 hits. As you stab on in through the scales, they are a lot softer than you've seen for a lot of the other dragons previously.
Oh, so we're setting a whole weather here, Ikram. We're sending the wind and the lightning. Oh yeah. It's like he's just like, oh, what's all this? This is just the weather's changing a little bit. No.
The weather's changing just a little bit.
Yeah.
That fucking face on the elemental.
It's so can't.
Every time I look at it, it's like,
Keep on looking more menacing face, please.
no, it's funny.
It's like making the wind sound. Okay, and then when I get there, I'm gonna stab him with the acid dagger.
All right, make an attack roll.
This is that normal because he's already got attacked, is it?
Mm-hmm.
28.
28, yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, and then I'm gonna chuck my sneak attack in there. 15. Oh, that's on the low side, isn't it? Wow, look at those rolls. That's terrible.
That's a bit on the low side, yeah?
Those rolls are really low.
A little bit low for you, but as he rears back and goes, ah, mother, ah.
And then, I still got my bonus action.
What do you want to do for bonus action?
I want to drop off and use. I have all my movement, so I'm going to use disengage so he doesn't attack me.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk into the bushes with my movement. Just not too far, just into behind a bush or something.
Okay.
I can't use hide, but I just I don't know.
You get out. Belvin.
I cast Bless on 3 creatures. So, me, Makath, and Casimir.
Yeah.
And I am just going to hold my attack action for if the dragon comes close to me.
Okay. Next up is the dragon. So the dragon rears its head back and just moves back a little bit, flapping its wings as it's struggling to hold itself up with these bludgeoning it's been dealt and the slashing in its chest as it's bleeding. It rears its head back and just breathes in, and then you see a torrent of that green mist burst out as it breathes on y'all. So, let's see, that's it. So, yeah. Casimir, you're going to be resistant to this?
Yep.
Yep. Anybody else resistance versus poison?
No.
And I have advantage on the save.
Okay. So, it's going to be...
So who's it hit?
So it's going to hit Sandstorm, it's going to hit Belvin, it's going to hit McCaff, and it's going to hit Casimir.
Bro, I didn't even know we were here.
I should have had my resistance to poison potion.
So, for a total of 52 damage, so make me some Constitution saving throws.
27. I think I make the save. Oh, we're near Belvin too, so...
Yeah, you get a +4.
Yes.
And then you also get to roll a d4 as well if you want.
I think we all made the save.
Just wait on Sandstorm.
Alright.
My worst.
You don't get the bless or negative bless.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Sandstorm, you...
What are you on?
No, it's just funny that everyone rolled above 20, and then you rolled a 1.
Sandstorm, you take the majority of the damage as the blast hits you as it breathes down, and you just as it takes you as you're moving back, and you take a breath in to concentrate on for your next move. But it's in that breath that you're just like, oh shit, and you breathe. As you breathe in, begin to cough instantly, just as the poison seeps into your skin. With Belvin's bless, there is a shine of light over Belvin, McCaff, and Casimir. As you both push the cloth in tight against your face and hold your breath as the green mist sprays past you. What little damage you do take, as you take 26 damage of poison, but Sandstorm, you take the full 52.
Yeah, because Constitution. Give me a bloody dexterity saving throw.
Every other one is like dead.
Like, what's the one I get fucked up on?
This is
Casimir.
the one that I'm good at.
Casimir, your turn.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Minus 52. Holy shit.
So it still hasn't seen me and McCaff, has it?
Not since you two haven't done anything yet.
So I want to move around to this side of the tree. Just so we're spread out a bit better. And I might just throw a fireball on it.
Too easy.
Try and singe its wings a bit.
Let's roll on a 12.
It does not succeed. It'll be a DC of 18, not 13.
Okay, all good.
Just so you know, Kyle, that roll is for my concentration on Bless.
Thank you.
Easy.
Alright, so minus 28 for with the fireball, it singes through some of the membrane, causing tears and burning some of the scales. The dragon doesn't look good at all, it looks panicked. McCaff, your turn.
So McCaff would have heard it scream out "mother," wouldn't it?
Yes.
McCaff is like, I know everything's about killing dragons, but I don't want to do this, but I have to. I was thinking of something. Sorry, I'm just trying to read something.
All good.
McCaff is going to use Sunbeam. She's going to move closer and use Sunbeam.
Nice choice.
So she doesn't blast Belvin in the back.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, measure.
You should combo Sunbeam.
With Moonbeam.
Yes.
Sun and Moonbeam.
I really want to say that.
Why hasn't it been done?
I don't think we've actually had the right
What is
characters to do it before.
Yeah. Well, I've never heard of anyone doing it. So I'm like,
I mean, that would be the best, like, Gallic Gun Kamehameha combo ever.
One on either side and just clash in the middle.
Just No, they just fire it side by side, and the beams just like spiral and helix together.
Oh my god.
So he's gonna make Constitution.
You gotta make a Constitution.
I'm gonna make a Constitution.
Okay. On a 12. He didn't roll. Boy's not rolling well. This boy.
Good.
Oh, that's good. So he's blind, I think.
I think he is blinded till his next turn. Which,
It'll be the end of it next time, right?
yeah. Yes. Possibly.
Nice.
I don't know magic.
So he gets blasted as. Tell me how you cast a sunbeam.
No. How would she? I guess it would just be how she's usually casting spells at this point, which would be one of her sort of ritual circles shattering, but more and more she's casting spells like a breath weapon almost. So instead of using her hand, she sort of like roars, like lets out a draconic roar. So she'll do the same.
Alright, so it's like a trace of sigils going around, and when you go to expel the magic, you roar at the dragon, firing this beam of sunlight, hitting it directly in the chest as it and falls falls backwards, landing onto its back. You can see its eyes shut closed, and it's just you hear it back up and says blindingly, like as it cowers, "No more, no more." Ikram. You hear it go, "I yield, I yield. Stop."
Now it's Ikram's turn.
Ikram.
Wait, where's Ikram's turn gone?
Because he turned into an elemental, he probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, it's time to throw the Pokeball now. He's weak.
no, you gotta sleep it first.
Yeah, it still might work.
Or paralyze.
Status, you need low life and a good.
Did I
Just
understand
don't
it
poison
saying-
or burn it.
I
What?
just understand it saying stop.
Yes.
Did it say in common or draconic?
Yeah, that's
In
what I
common.
Ah. So yes.
meant. Do I believe it? That is the question.
You can make an insight check.
Believe it. No, I won't bring that up. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you should feel ashamed.
I feel
15.
really bad about that.
On a 15, the dragon is definitely scared, a younger one in itself. It is willing to give up if abandon fighting if it means it gets to live through another day.
Okay.
To
Can I
abandon
talk as
its
a
post.
air elemental? Is that a thing?
I'm going to say you can speak in common, but not your other languages other than the air elemental language of Auran.
I just picture
I
you
can't
just
speak-
make whooshing
say I can't speak
noises.
common.
You can speak common, just not any other language. You can speak
Thanks.
common
Okay, sorry.
and Auran.
Gotcha. So because I can get into, it says I can enter a hostile creature's space and stop there. I'm gonna get all up in its grill and just like come right up to its face and just be like, land.
Okay, so it is now swirled by this air.
Yeah, it's threatening, but basically, yeah, I'll be like right up in its face, and then kind of the rest of my body is kind of just wrapping around
It's inside you.
its neck.
Yeah. His head's taken off and goes, "No! Stop! I'll flee! I'll leave! Mother told me to stay here."
Land and you won't be hurt further.
The dragon, its wings pull in and it kind of cowers back against the stonework.
Does it land?
Yeah, it lands, okay?
Okay.
Are we still in combat?
With that, we can call combat over.
Yeah.
Can we just like stay on guard in case it tries to use breath weapon or something?
You can.
I'm gonna stay as an air elemental.
You feel with its cyclone around the head, it's definitely, you know.
Oh no! Like once it landed, I'm just gonna kind of like wisp away from it and kind of just keep my distance from it, but just sort of be just sitting there in case it tries to flee or something. I'm more just paranoid that it goes and sets off an alarm or something, and then we're fucked.
Basically,
That's what I'm worried about.
So
McCaff is gonna go close though.
I backed right off of it, like to not be threatening-ish.
If Macath goes up close to it, Belvin will follow.
Casimir's gonna stay back, keep his distance to be safe. And I'm guessing Ikram can't use the earrings now, like the set, to talk because he's air elemental. I'll talk to Sandstorm and Belvin.
No, but you can reply through a
message.
spell.
Yeah. I just want to have like a private conversation, without the dragon hearing. It's just be like, I think we need to kill this dragon here. We're still a few days away from Succumba, traveling through the mines. And if it heads there and warns them, everything will be for nothing. For naught.
Look, I agree, but there could be some information we can get from this young dragon first, if it's willing to comply anyway. But
We can't leave it here. When we're finished, we need to kill it. We can't risk everything.
Belvin's also going to kind of relay that sort of tone to Macath.
Privately?
Yeah, I'm not going to whispering it to her.
Oh, hey, we're gonna kill this guy after.
McCaff's eyes change from sort of the foggy blue to the crystal draconic blue as he says that to her. And she'll just stare at him and then go back to the dragon.
And I would message Ikram so he actually knows what we plan to do.
Hey man.
That's all.
Just very, yeah.
Like when you're on the phone and someone's in a really windy place.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm in a tunnel.
Macath, you approach the dragon. You can see as the air is swirling around it, you can see its outline and silhouette through the element crim.
Am I able to move through Ikram? Like really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, as long as Ikram doesn't want to hurt you.
I'm kind of up and so here's ground level. Dragon's there. I'm kind of like up. I'm kind of hovering in the air. So I don't know if you can...
So you're swirling. You're putting pressure on above him.
Yeah, it's basically so
basically
he doesn't take
grounded
off.
him. You've grounded him.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I just don't want him to take off.
Macaff will speak in Draconic and say, I am so sorry for hurting you, young one. Do you have a name?
Cranethorn.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I take it these are your woods.
No. This is not my home.
Where is your home then?
Sorry.
Is this your mother's home?
No. This is not Mother's home. Mother has made her home in a castle surrounded by those who do her bidding.
My mother did the same.
Grandmother is very unimpressed, but still watches.
If this is not your home, what are you doing here? May I ask why she wanted the elves dead?
Mother is working to take over this section of the world. She wants this forest. She wants the high forest. That is her treasure. That is her prize. And so are the people. Her army is her prize.
But what about you?
I am of 90 years. And I've learned.
As he twists his neck, you see it down the neck is nothing but scars which have ceased scales from growing in certain areas where flesh has begun to stitch together.
This is from Mother. Her tyranny holds no bounds. She knows and watches all. She can see and predict the future.
Has McCaff heard of a dragon or dragons being able to possess that type of power from her studies?
Make a history check.
Okay.
At advantage, I'm going to give you.
Woo, because I know dragons.
You're dragons.
The dragons. History.
On a 25, there are... The main one that pops to mind is a dragon by a great reputation that has scurried away in its home, but still watches the entire world at large through a series of crystal ball. Chlorantha.
Do I know what color dragon Chlorantha is?
A green. Known as Old Gnawbones.
Is your mother Old Gnawbones? Chlorantha.
No, that's grandmother.
Ah.
Mine.
So what is your mother's name?
Mother is your Gansharax, the seer.
Had I heard of Chlorantha having any offspring?
You've heard of offspring, but you don't know what happened to them.
Yeah.
With mention of with the rest of the party overhearing your Gansharax, the seer, Ikram especially, you catch on to the last couple of syllables to that name, Sharax, the seer.
So the seer was just a dragon in humanoid form.
Correct.
Well, we can assume that.
Her divination power is mighty.
Hmm.
No matter where I go, I fear I'll be hunted down relentless.
I'm not sure how much of this you can speak of. I understand that you are forever being watched. But what would you do if they weren't watching you?
There is a paradise to the south. An island. Tropical wonder. I find a pleasant swamp where I live. Have you seen the wood carvings of the elves?
I've seen a few.
I think I'd like to try my claws at it.
Do I take it McCaff would know of a tropical island to the south?
Cholt.
I was thinking it was Jolt, but I just wanted to make sure.
Ikram, with your insight check as well, you still get the sense that he's speaking truth from fear. Fear of losing his own life, but also more so fear of his mother, Sharax.
Kaz would know, though, from studying dragons, that green dragons are known for using treachery and trickery to manipulate everyone, basically, except themselves.
Make an insight check for me at advantage. Because you feel, from what's been said, you do feel like him himself being manipulated from his mother, yet not able to express those same traits, has been basically put to the standing of a doorman at a guard's post. Now, whether the dragon fully develops is another story. But
20.
still truthful.
Mother is held up in a keep. Either let me free and I'll let you know what I do.
I know what it feels like to be trapped by someone. You spent your whole life, and I spent only a small portion of mine. I don't know how to help you without your mother finding out. She's probably hearing all this already.
Then I'm already dead.
Then, if you are already dead, why don't you go live your life?
But I'll be found. And I'll be killed by her and her circle.
Well, if you're already dead, then you might as well tell us everything you know.
Make a persuasion or intimidation check on that one.
Persuasion. I'm not trying to intimidate her. 13.
On a 13, you see trust comes in the dragon's eyes. It relaxes. Plants its butt as if it's sitting, and you see its tail curls over. Curls around it and takes a relaxed stance, even though it is wounded.
Mother resides within the
Don't
keep.
speak. Please. Casimir, I know what you're doing.
Excuse me?
I understand he is already dead. But I'm not going to kill him. And I don't want any of you to either. I don't know. I don't want to oppose you. I seriously don't, but something inside of me is telling me I have to protect him.
Make a charisma check, McCaff. On a 24. It is your draconic blood that pulses and radiates, resonating with this dragon, born of Yorgansharax, born of Calanthorel, who was also born, you realize, of Omalagos, the needle, the first green, and a source to destroy the green dragon mask.
Casimir, do you know who this dragon is?
Our enemy.
Casimir, he's a descendant of the first green.
Even if that's the case, we don't have the green mask.
But it is a way of destroying it.
What are you proposing? That we let him go? How many lives are you willing to risk for this one's?
Mine?
Let me be your prisoner. My mother's taken many of your kind.
Talking to Casimir.
Mm-hmm. Where?
Wherever you deem appropriate, wherever is out of sight.
I thought your mother could see wherever she wanted.
There are some restrictions.
Hmm.
She can see beyond planes, but she cannot see in pocket dimensions.
And you have access to such a place?
I do not. But I can run. I can flee until I find one. Either that or she'll hunt me down herself. She'll kill me from afar.
How?
Her crystal spheres. She has 7 crystal spheres. That allows her sight across the plains, across the world, to people. It's how these 7 crystal spheres allowed this man in red robes, red and purple gold robes with a red dragon mask, to find somewhere in the darkness of oblivion. This was a month ago. A man with tattoos on his forehead. They then became ghosts. And their thread of their magic disappeared into the ether. And beyond, I do not know where. I assume to this void. If you could take the spheres off Mother, her sight will be taken. For she's blind, you see. With only her spheres to guide her path.
Sorry, where did he say they all were?
They're all in lock at the keep.
Okay.
And the keep, you gather, is the Iron Keep.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, 7 crystal spheres that can see beyond planes of dimensions. Well,
there is also several keeps, fortresses of this circle that have been put along the line of the river. There is one that's been abandoned. An outpost to the south of the river bend.
Say that last bit again, sorry?
There is an outpost that's been abandoned to the south of the river bend.
Okay. And? What's in this outpost?
It's abandoned. There's nothing there. An idea, stronghold. For you. I don't know. Make of it what you will.
Is that near Lork?
South of Lork, yes.
Yeah.
There is a woman in Succumber as well, to which answers to my mother. An elf, though she is not who she seems. She has a smell of decay on her. And there is something that she holds dear within the building they called the River Hall, which she has fortified with her wyverns of the circle.
Ooh, that's an interesting piece of information. Do you know who they were talking about? The Lich.
The Lich. Well, so she might have brought her phylactery?
If she's fortifying that. Casimir, this dragon seems to be willing to aid. I'm gonna go with Macath on this one. There's something about this dragon that I feel like could benefit us, but I'm greater.
There's no guarantee, and we should hope that
There was no guarantee with Aliot.
Aliot had not been born yet.
There's still no guarantee.
No? And through much effort, we have overcome her innate evil nature. What kindness and compassion has this young dragon of 90 years been shown in its entire life?
Well,
what makes you think you can change it?
I don't think I can. I believe she can. I'll look over to Macath.
Oh, you said you were willing to risk your own life, Macath, but what about all of ours? And all the dwarves in Succumber? Our allies' forces? We could all walk into an ambush if this dragon tells of our coming.
It doesn't need to tell. She already knows.
How do you know?
Because his mother sees all.
She's not a god. She can't see everything at once. Even a god can't see all.
Not persuade you then.
The risk is too great.
Fine then. Kill him.
The dragon looks to Casimir and then over to Macath and says,
I thank you for showing me this kindness. My struggle is over.
You will not have to live being watched.
And thus I am free.
Kez would walk over and sort of give a nod to Sandstorm and Ikram, and then firebolt it when try and take it out as quick as possible.
Okay. Just roll the dice just so I can see the damage.
Okay. Well, I assume they sort of attack at the same time.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know. It's like conflicting.
As you put your hand up against the dragon's wounds and surge your wizardly fire into the dragon. The dragon eyes look at you and nod as the fire erupts around its neck, singeing it, burning through it, and you hear the dragon just go and then fall down slowly, peacefully. Its eyes slowly close and it nods. I must rest. Thank you. Take my mother to the grave. Smash the crystals.
She'll follow soon. You have my word.
Thank you. I hate my mother. Eyes close. And the dragon passes.
You are heartless.
I do what I need to for the greater good.
Your greater good means nothing. You make more enemies.
If you haven't noticed, we're at war with the fate of the world being on the line.
Yes, but not every dragon is evil.
That's true. But like I said, the risk is too great.
Well, then the risk of Arifatis and I being in your presence is too great. That mask could control us. You know that.
And yet, it doesn't. Because I chose not to.
We must move on. Macaf will do a draconic blessing. And actually do it in Tiamat's name.
Go on.
She will just say a small prayer in draconic. And before she mothers Tiamat's name, she'll look at Casimir and say, "It would have been the god he followed. I'm doing this to be polite."
Just be careful.
And in a different voice, she'll say, Taimafara, bless you in the afterlife. And then she'll move on.
With that, there is a surge of your draconic frost magic that swirls it around and glistens over the dragon's body, preserving it as the ice clings it and returns it back to the earth of which it came, eventually over time, of course. But
she'll take a scale.
as you put a scale off, you all hear in your minds the dragon's voice. As the dragon's dead. It's the last remainder of its essence.
Thank you. Now give my mother hell. Send her to her god.
That's where we're going to end our story. So, with that, if and when you face Cyrax Seer, if you have this green scale on your wall, there'll be some advantages.
Ooh.
Friends, foes, and familiars, thank you so much for sticking around with us tonight. I'm sorry we went way too over, but that was a bit of a tense moment. So we're going to jump off real quick, and we're going to go to bed because we're all very tired, and I'm very sorry. As you can see, Joygasm has left us because he's up early in the morning. So until then, friends, foes, and familiars, we are Dragons of Cats. We've been Dragons Brew D&D. You can catch me on Tall Skull's channel at 5 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time or 2 p.m. Pacific Time. You can also catch Underachievers on Monday nights. You can also catch Joygasm more than likely tomorrow night, because I'm guessing he's going to be streaming, because why the hell not? It's Joygasm. So until then, friends, foes, and familiars, keep rolling 20s. That's a 2, that's a 20. There we go.
Keep rolling 2.
Keep rolling 2s. Bye.